I think I read on the website that, you kind of had a future approach. So you thought about first what that value outcome is going to look like for that end customer and
Mhm.
worked backwards to create the software that way. So it really does meet all of your requirements and your outcomes that you're looking for.
Yeah, that's the main thing is like, we sometimes we get excited about the ideas that we have around software, and it's really easy for them to balloon into this behemoth project. But the way I like to think about it and the way that we work at the shop is to kind of reduce that down to the smallest viable product, or what's called the minimum viable product, that we can get out into the market so we can test that assumption that there is value there to the end client. And Chris, uh, he's one of the few clients that actually came in understanding that methodology, the MVP methodology. So he had, the grand end vision of this thing, which is where, nothing software is never really done, but we're in multiple versions of this project now. And where it's at now, which is like, a web app, an API, and the mobile app, and entire fleets, entire companies can manage multiple drivers with see a dashboard of like all of the inspection reports and things of that nature. That was not how the project started. The project started with just straight up an inspection app for drivers, because that was the thing we could get out into people's hands. And so we weren't working on something for 12 months without ever delivering anything. So with Chris, that he came in with that general idea, but it's about, realistically reverse engineering the big grand vision. So, you can build towards it, but delivering something high value quickly to test the idea.
Right. And that's part of the success of this, right? You're getting people engaged right away to say, this is what we're doing, but there's so much more down the line. So it's exciting. That's really cool to hear. And
Yeah, and it allows also for you to actually listen to what users want, not just what we assume they want, right? So you can divert and play with the roadmap once you get actual feedback coming in.
right, right. And I guess a question about the customization of kind of that end user. If
Mhm.
I'm from a different industry entirely, am I able to kind of customize the outcomes of this software for my own fleet and what I need to manage and inspect?
Well, not like what you can do is you can set up specific all your different vehicles and things of that nature and drivers and do that type of customization. But with regards to customizing the types of inspections you're doing or notifications, that's all locked in. And that's a purposeful decision that was made by Chris and Compliance Box, because as soon as you open up that gate, all of a sudden you can immediately undercut the regulatory compliance of the inspection. You know what I mean? So there is some customization and some notes fields and things like that. But in reality, it's something that you don't want people to adjust the customization of, because it incurs, opens up a whole bunch of risks to them to not really meeting the regulatory requirements.